What's up everyone, it's your boy Xmanny87 here, bringing you another Marvel Legends video, and what I have for you today is the Marvel Legends Avengers Endgame Wave 3 Valkyrie. And before I get into everything, if you could please leave a like rating on the video, it'll show your support for my channel. I'd greatly appreciate it. And now with that said, let's take a look at her accessories and then we'll take a closer look at Valkyrie. As for accessories, all she comes with is this sword inside this sheath, so if you have the 2017 Thor Ragnarok 2-pack Valkyrie, you'll be familiar with it as it's the same exact sword. And I remember when I got the 2017 Valkyrie, this hole in the sheath really threw me off because I thought it was just somewhere you can holster it, but nothing. Same goes with this one, you have no spot to holster it. But as you saw in the beginning of my video, she can hold this sheath with this hand right here, and you can slide it up like so, and she has a really firm grip on it, so that's really cool. And at least this time around, Hasbro gave her a tight gripping hand so she could hold her sword firmly, unlike the 2017 Valkyrie one that was so loose and it was annoying. Nothing irks me more than having a holding hand that does not hold their accessories tightly. Taking a look at the differences between the two, you can tell that the older Valkyrie is much bigger and thicker in build. I think they're the same height. In hand, this one feels a little bit taller, but that's just because she's a little bit bulkier. And this head is definitely so much bigger, whereas this one I feel is perfect. It's very proportionate and looks more like Tessa Thompson than this. So just to show you, in 2 years, look at the improvement Hasbro has made with the face print technology. I mean, this one blows this one away. And what are your thoughts? Which one is your favorite head out of the two? Definitely this one is my favorite by a landslide. Just looking at the side profile here that you can see, definitely much larger head on this one. I just think this is proportionate here. She kind of looks like Rihanna in some angles. And if you're looking to do a head swap between the two, it will just not work. I mean, this one has a giraffe neck, and this head is just like a big head mode in video games, just too big for this body. So taking a closer look at Tessa Thompson's Valkyrie here, you can tell that Hasbro has captured her beauty. Tessa Thompson is a very gorgeous woman, and I really love how this came out compared to the last Valkyrie figure that we got. Again, face print technology is top notch. Taking a look at the hair, it is absolutely beautiful. It is nicely sculpted and braided. And, you know, with Hasbro doing the face print technology, it makes me think that they also do some 3D scannings, because the hair sculpts on these MCU figures sometimes just come out so legit, so close to the actor's likeness. So I wouldn't be surprised if they do some sort of 3D scanning for the hairs. So the paint skin flesh tone is really nice right here on the face, but right here on the neck is just a darker skin tone, and I just don't like that. Just taking a closer look at the armor here. Let me move her hair to the side so you can see those armored plates. So she has some breastplates right there in gold. Nicely sculpted too. You can see some of those bolts on there. So they really took their time in designing this. I have no complaints about this at all. This armor is so freaking cool. It just has this nice almost Jack Kirby Fourth World inspiration here. I just love this sculpt going all around. Taking a look at the arm here, I got a paint splotch right there, but I like this almost Kevlar looking material in between the armor, so I dig it. The skin tone on the hands matches the skin tone on the face for the most part, and this cape could be annoying at times. You just have to position it right. Just gotta make sure that the plates on the cape matches the plates on her shoulders and right here on her upper shoulder. So it's supposed to have this you know, tilt to it. The cape has that stupid blocking notch right there. I just can't stand it. Back of the figure is really plain, except for that blue strip coming down around her waist. You know, they never really paint the back of these figures. But the cape is really dope. I really love that design right here in the cape, and it's sculpted beautifully. So the two Valkyrie capes are totally different. This one drapes straight down, and this cape kind of sways to her left when positioned correctly. These side skirts on her hip right here are very pliable, so no worries of this hindering the leg articulation, as this is the max that she can move her legs apart. So I'm glad they did this. Just note that if you keep these legs spread for so long, they will warp out. So just be aware of that. Continuing down the legs here, there's just more of that amazing sculpt going on. So much to admire with this figure sculpt. I really am a big fan of this figure. And you got the knee plates right here. The boots, the design, man, I love this. This sculpt is absolutely amazing. The shin guard plates, again, you get those bolts there. Down to the feet. And she does have heels. As you can see how thin the heels are on the bottom right here. You will face some challenges trying to stand her on her feet and balance her. But if you're a good poser and you know how to utilize the foot ankle pivots and the thigh swivels, you're not gonna face any problems. But she will fall on you a few times. Alright, now to cover articulation, her head moves this far up, which is great range. It moves this far down. Left, right, she does have that rocking motion and can pivot. Her shoulders surprisingly move very far up, so that's good. She's got shoulder swivel, shoulders move down all around. No bicep swivel. She's got the single jointed elbow that has some good range, so she can touch her chin, really good. And she's got elbow swivel, wrist hinge, wrist swivel. Ab crunch moves that far down and that far back, better than most females. The torso rocker and swivel. Her legs move that far apart, as I showed you before. Her legs move that far up, that far back. And she's got the leg rocker, thigh swivel, double jointed knees, and heel to the butt. And that heel really sticks to the butt. That's some great range right there. And her ankles move very far up, that far down, and she has all around ankle pivot. Alright, and for some comparisons, here she is next to the 2017 Valkyrie that you saw before. And again, it really makes a big difference, how better in proportion this one is. I mean, it could just be this armor, but I feel like this actually has more definition on her hips, because Tessa Thompson can really swing them hips, man. She could really sway them hips, whereas this one really doesn't complement her body as much. I just think that this one is closest to her physique. So we got thick and thicker, and I still really like this one, but this one is my favorite Valkyrie, hands down. Here she is next to Hela, and I think this scales perfectly. Here she is next to her fellow Ragnarok ensemble of Thor and Loki. Here she is next to the Endgame Hulk Build-A-Figure. And finally, here she is next to her fellow MCU A-Force teammates. And I think this pretty much wraps up our MCU A-Force with this costume. I mean, I'm still waiting for the short-haired reverse colors Captain Marvel like it was in the final scene. But this so far looks absolutely amazing, and if I'm missing one, please let me know. But again, looks absolutely amazing right now. Alright everyone, that was my review. So to wrap things up, my overall thoughts. If you're an MCU collector, you know, just strictly the Marvel movies, this is definitely a must buy. And I'm gonna go as far as, even if you're not a movie fan, and I say that any collector that is just a comic book collector for the Marvel Legends figures will find an appreciation for this figure once they see it on hand, because this is an absolute stunning figure in terms of design and aesthetics. I just think everyone's going to appreciate this figure, and if you have the 2017 Valkyrie, you can give her an extra sword. Please drop a like rating on the video, comment, we'll chat about it. Follow me on Instagram if you haven't already, link is in the description below. Get your Marvel Legends Avengers Endgame Wave 3 Bro Thor Build-A-Figure Wave at Big Bad Toy Store, link is in the description below. Share and subscribe if you're new. Enjoy the pics at the end of the video. See you on the next review. Peace, peace.